about Uncle Alan. Got a few stories about Uncle Alan. But I had this awful job in Montreal in a real estate, with a real estate broker, just sort of sitting there most of the time. And he said, could you buy me a hammer on the way home? So I said, okay, I'll buy you a hammer. And the only place that was open, because the stores closed at
5 o'clock.
5 o'clock then, was in this army surplus store. And there was a hammer in the window, so I went in and bought the hammer. And the next day, Alan went off to work with his hammer in the upholstery factory. And he was hammering away, and the foreman came along and said, that's not how you do it. No, give me that, I'll show you how to do it. So he takes one swipe with the hammer, and the whole thing, head comes off, and the handle, the handle was absolutely atrophied. It was. I've still got the hammerhead up there. There's a stupid little hammer with no room for a proper handle in it.
Didn't Uncle Alan go get a job without any? Didn't he say he was?
Oh, he had all sorts of jobs, and he got a job cleaning windows. And he went in to see the boss applying for the job, and the boss had a window in his office with a squeegee. So he said, well, let me see you.
Well, wait a minute. Alan had said he was.
Oh yeah,
Alan had said he was well
Alan
qualified.
said he was highly experienced in window cleaning. He could perfectly clean windows. So the boss said, well, let me see you use the squeegee on them. So he said, well, you're a damn liar, but I'll give you the job anyway. Then he sent them to these places where they had big factory windows, really tall buildings, and they had, because they didn't have proper lighting in those days, factory windows, and he got scared of the heights. He had to give up.
What about Aunt Chris?
And Chris.
And sending her carpets away.
Oh yes. Aunt Chris lived in a new development where they had double, semi-detached houses in blocks, in rows like this. And it was a new development. And one day she saw people taking carpets out of the house up the street. So she got in touch with them. And she said, what are they doing? She said, well, he said we're taking them out to be cleaned. So she said, well, you may as well take mine too then in that case. And it turned out they were just robbing the carpets, robbing the house. So they took her carpets and the others as well.
Didn't she lock out her husband or something?
Yeah.
Because it's a song.
We used to go to a little grocery store all during the war to have our ration books filled.
Yes.
And she wanted some toilet paper. And unfortunately, the man said, we're out of toilet paper. Oh dear, she said, the bottom will be out of Joe's life if he didn't have toilet paper.